My PowerPoint's on ethics and healthcare. My name is Alexandria Cox. My maiden name is Savage, and it's still Savage in the class. hmm Phase one: personal values. They can't be taught. They're something you learn. It's definitely you learn it through your different situations in life, your mentors, your family. Um, my grandmother taught me a lot of my values. To work hard and be thankful for what you have and that kind of thing. Um, there's definitely a difference between your home self and your work self. When I'm at home, I'm relaxing, I'm watching movies. I may cuss while at work. I don't cuss. I don't ever relax. It's one of those where I'm very different in work than I am at home. That help makes up your values as well. In turn, your values help make up your character. One's personal values makes their character. This determines if the person is a good person and in turn contributes to job performance. If you have a good character and you have good values, most likely you're going to do better in your job. You're going to actually care about your patients, especially in healthcare. If you don't have very good values or a good character, I wouldn't want to see you as a doctor or a healthcare provider. Phase two, the reflective cycle. That's what that one was about. Ethical choices change based on actions. Something causes ethical decisions to be changed for better or worse. Phase two is the reflective cycle. It is the cycle that one's ethical decisions can change based off of certain action that makes them feel a different way about the situation. The examples provided for this phase were the Bubble Boy and the AIDS patient episodes from Grey's Anatomy. In these episodes, they show the doctors going through the reflective cycle of having one opinion in the beginning, then through the course of the episode, a different opinion. There will be times when a patient does something that you might not agree with, but you will have to treat them nonetheless. If a patient demands to be seen by a different doctor but is unable to, and they come back to you, your ethics will play a major role in how you treat that patient. Phase three. It's about socialization, how you react with coworkers and patients in a professional setting. Some socialization can be taught, much is learned through personal experiences. How you act to and around coworkers will affect how they treat you. Phase three is socialization. Socialization is how you talk and work with patients and coworkers in a professional setting. For many people, this can be very different from how they are with their friends away from professional setting. The way you behave in certain situations to the words that you use when talking are quite different while at work. Some of this can be taught in school, but much of it must be learned through personal experience. And it's important for students to be taught everything they can about how to react and treat different situations before they enter the professional field. Jeffrey Berger states that student's instructor has the best opportunity to impact the student and influence how they will practice throughout the course of their career. Then it will be important for leaders to help them when they are beginning their careers. Educators can come up with any number of scenarios to teach you how to respond and what to say, but there will always be one that you are unprepared for. In these situations, it will be important to understand the environment that you are in, the person you are talking to, and the right way to respond to diffuse a situation. You can also sometimes rely on coworkers' help to guide you in new situations that are unfamiliar. How you socialize with your coworkers will greatly influence how they interact with you. Phase 4: ethical leadership behavior. Leaders should exhibit good behave good ethical behaviors. Always being watched and looked up to. How a leader treats colleagues affects how that they will act and treat others. Treat everyone with respect and quality. Phase 4 is ethical leadership behaviors. This phase is important because a leader needs to be someone who makes the right decisions and is a model for those they are leading. This means the ethical decisions a person makes The ethical decisions this person makes will be seen and reflected by others. If a leader does not have good ethics, those that follow will begin to show similar ethics of their own. Scalabach mentions that it is very important to maintain professional values when working with colleagues. This is because a leader is someone who is looked up to and directly influences others. It is also important to exhibit behaviors such as not speaking down to those that are being led. Treating them as equals shows them that you care about them and their values and skills that they can provide. How my views have changed. I'm a lot more understanding. Before this class, ethics makes you think. It really changes your views on life. It changes your views on pretty much every situation that you go into. Um, Before this, it was really cut and dry, but now I'm like, oh, well, this could have been done this way, and it probably would have been better for both the provider and the patient. Even just in life situations, I work in retail, and there's been a couple situations where I was like, this might not be ethically correct, or this might not be the best way that we can handle this. Um, but I've learned a lot on what it means to have good ethics, how to treat people and patients in many different situations. It's okay to feel a certain way about some things, even if I know I shouldn't. It's important to know what is right regardless of personal feelings. So, there, for example, there was one situation while I work in retail at a very expensive Relais and Chateau resort until I finished my master's. And I was dealing with a guest, and they just weren't nice people. And they kept demanding more and more stuff be thrown in for free and this and that. And it's one of those where online, if they order something over $100, you get free shipping, but in the store, we don't do that. But he mentioned that. And so I was like, well, it is kind of the right thing to do since he did mention it. So I went ahead and gave it to him, even though he was being really difficult and I didn't want to. Um, that's kind of one of the things that I've taken away from this is just to try to treat people with respect and do what's right. And they did know that we do offer free shipping over 100, so I gave it to them. Um, how to be a better leader in my profession. I also learned how to lead others in a way that benefits everybody. Definitely take their feelings into perspective and help shape them into a better person. Right now, I'm training a lot of people, and there's one girl that just came in, and she's 20 and she's young, and um, I some of the other, I mean, it's a bunch of girls, so there's always drama, but some of the other ladies that I work with are kind of bullying her and putting her down. And it's one of those where I really have the opportunity to let myself shine and definitely take her under my wing and mentor. And in the long run, she'll learn a lot from that. So it's helped me in my career, even though I am not currently working in the healthcare field. But it's definitely one of those classes, ethics is everybody should take it because it changes the way you think about everything.